أسرفوا على أنفسهم لا تقنطوا من رحمة الله إن الله يغفر الذنوب جميعا.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. In the name of God, the merciful, the most merciful. Peace be with you. I've been talking about Adam and Eve, and we understood from this story that is the embodiment of our own experience as human beings, that we are going to go through the original permission and innocence, and then there is a limit here that we should not transgress, or we should respect. And at the same time, if we do this and we are seduced, that we are forgetting the essence of forgetting the prohibition, we are going to be lost, and we come back to God. And this is the process of our spiritual journey. Now, when we come to our own understanding in our life, we have exactly the same experience. And as the scholars and the ulama were saying from the beginning, relying on the Quran and the Sunnah, the Prophet, peace be upon him, al-aslu fil ashya al-ibaha, the first principle and the main principle in Islam is permission. It's permission because it means that everything is permissible first when you look at transactions and when you look at your daily life. Yes, when it comes to the rituals, it has to be written in order to be done. This is the way we deal with prayers and zakat and Sawm, the months of Ramadan. But when it comes to, you can drink anything, you can drink whatever you want, but you are going to avoid alcohol. You can eat everything, but you are going to avoid pork. You can eat everything. You can do whatever you want with money, but you are going to avoid riba, interests. So knowing that the first principle is permission here, in your life, الطيبات, everything is given to you, and these are gifts from God, and you have to understand it. But at the same time, in order to follow the path, you have to know and to acknowledge that there are limits, and you should know them. It's out of getting knowledge, talabul ilm, and it's coming from the Quran, it's coming from the Sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ, that you need to get this and get the limits, because the limits are going to give you spiritual strength. Opposite or contrary to what you think, the limits are not limiting you and limiting your freedom. No, they are giving you more spiritual freedom by the fact that with your vulnerability, you're being fragile. Getting and understanding the limits give you a sense of how I'm going to work on my own self in order to be stronger, in order to be less vulnerable. So this is, counterintuitive here, that you need to understand the spiritual experience. And this is what we find in the Quran. تِلْكَ حُدُودُ اللَّهِ وَمَنْ يَتَعَدَّ حُدُودَ اللَّهِ فَقَدْ ظَلَمَ نَفْسَهُ. These are the limits of God. And those who are transgressing the limits are unjust with their own soul. So it has to do with injustice. First, you are innocent, but if you don't respect the limit, you are going to be unjust with your own self. And yet we find in the Quran as well, following this is, تِلْكَ حُدُودُ اللَّهِ فَلَا تَقْرَبُوهَا. These are the limits of God, so don't come close, near to them. So avoid being in this gray area where, yes, it's halal, but we are not sure. So sometimes you fall into al-haram, the forbidden. And then also what we have, تِلْكَ حُدُودُ اللَّهِ فَلَا تَعْتَدُوهَا. You should not transgress the limits. So you understand that the limits are essential for you to experience the true meaning of freedom first, and second, spiritual strength, spiritual elevation. So instead of thinking that the limits are a jail within which you are, no, it's the very way for you to be free. Instead of thinking that the limits are preventing you from experiencing who you are or your strength and limiting your own self. No, they are helping you to elevate, to come down to your own self in order to elevate yourself, It's all about elevation. It's all about freedom. It's all about spiritual freedom. So in society, you can think that limits are preventing you from being free. The spiritual teachings are telling you you need the limits to experience true freedom. Don't forget to tell the people you love that you love them. Life is fragile.
قل يا عبادي الذين أسرفوا على أنفسهم لا تقنطوا